Well, asteroids have hit the Earth before. That's not supposed to happen tomorrow, though the news headlines suggest one could come close.
Yeah, speaking of headlines, have you seen the ones about a comet that could pass by the Earth later this year? Maybe one of the brightest we've ever seen.
As long as it passes by. Michael Sibbernsen is a NASA ambassador, but comes to us as the Science and Technology Coordinator at Strategic Air and Space Museum.
Hey guys,
nice to see you.
So let's talk about this, because this asteroid, it's going to come close, I guess, to the Earth
It
tomorrow.
is. This is one of the closest that we've ever seen. It's probably the closest asteroid of this particular size. So it's really kind of an exciting astronomical event. The good news is, and we should make this clear right now, it is not going to impact
They've been tracking
the Earth.
it for a while, though, a year or so.
Well, it was discovered in 2012. As a matter of fact, its name is 2012 DA14. It was discovered at an observatory in Spain, and since then we've been tracking it, looking at its orbit, and we've actually analyzed its orbit up into the next 50 years or so.
Relatively speaking, how close will it get?
Well, this is where it gets kind of interesting. Let's take a look at the model of the Earth. We have the Earth and the Moon system here. Now, this is scale in terms of size. The Moon is a quarter of the size of the Earth. The Earth is 4 inches here. The Moon is about 1 inch. But this is not the scale distance. If we were to actually pick up the Moon and move it all the way out, it would be 10 feet away. The Moon is 30 Earth diameters away from us.
Oh, wow.
30 Earth diameters. The asteroid at this particular scale would be very, very small. It'd be about 3,000 times smaller than the period at the end of a sentence.
Oh, wow.
At this particular scale. But to give you an idea, the asteroid will be only 2 Earth diameters away from us.
Got it.
So that's pretty
That
close.
So
is
one,
incredible.
1/15 the distance between the Earth and the Moon is how close it's going to be to the Earth.
Absolutely. And this is very interesting. My hands right now are, well, let's go out to here, about 3 Earth diameters, right, from the Earth, 3 Earth diameters. This is where our geostationary satellites are. So it is actually, this is my model of the asteroid. It is not to scale here. It will actually be traveling within this ring of satellites.
Wow.
So it will be closer than the geostationary satellites.
You said it's not to scale, so how big is this thing? I've heard half a football field.
That's right, and I think that's a great way to visualize it. Think of the Nebraska football field, then cut it right in half. So it's about half the size of a football field.
All right, it's not hitting the Earth.
That's right.
Were it to, what sort of damage does an asteroid like that do?
Well, about 50,000 years ago, an asteroid about the same size hit in Arizona. And if you've ever seen that wonderful crater, the Barringer crater, there's a picture of it right there. It's also Meteor Crater, Arizona. It's about 3/4 of a mile in diameter, about 500 feet deep. And it was an object about the same size. However, it was much more massive than this asteroid. This is more along the lines of an event that happened about 100 years ago in Russia. It's called the Tunguska event. And this did not create a giant crater, but it did blow down trees for about 800 square miles. You can see a picture there. So it's just an incredible amount of energy. So this would not be a civilization-ending event by any means, but it would be a bad day for the people that would be near this.
No, but as long as it didn't hit in the metropolitan area,
Right.
maybe take out a farmhouse or two, but the residual impact,
all that energy, like I said, with the trees, it blew down those trees for 800 square miles, so that residual energy would travel a good period of time.
Can we talk about the comet?
Absolutely.
When is it? November?
Well, this is what's great. We've got a little appetizer coming. We have a comet called Pan-STARRS, which will be here in March, and it should be
An appetizer.
It is. It should be
serve it up, Mike.
able to be seen at the probably mid-March, early to mid-March, low in the west to the unaided eye, and you'll be able to see it. But like I said, it's just an appetizer
And then
for Comet
November,
ISON. That's right.
How bright is this compared to some of the others, maybe the last few decades or so?
Comet ISON is, if it sticks together, and I should say that, sometimes these things, once they get close to the sun, there's some thermal expansion. They break up a little prematurely, and then they're not as dynamic as we were hoping they would be, and that could happen here. But if it holds together, figuratively and literally, if it holds together, this will be, Comet ISON, later this year, will be the brightest comet we've seen in 500 years.
Wow.
It may be so bright, you'll see it during the daytime.
Wow,
This is
that
going
would
to
be
be
cool.
incredible.
The
How
asteroid
neat.
tomorrow, can you see it with
That's a great
telescopes?
question. Yes and no. Yes, you can see it if you know exactly where to look, if you have the right optical instrument, pair of binoculars, small telescope. But no, we won't see it. It's going to be happening about 1:24 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow during the day. So you'd need to be in Asia, you'd need to be in some parts of Europe, you'd need to be in different parts of the world to be able to see it traveling in the sky.
All right, at the museum, anything neat happening right now?
We've got a lot of great things happening. Now, related to disaster and impacts and that sort of a thing, we have a great new exhibit right now that we just put up that is called Alert Today, Alive Tomorrow. And this is all about the kind of that nuclear bomb scare between the 40s and 60s.
Sure.
People, instead of basements, they would have bomb shelters there, and the kids would learn duck and cover at school. And this is really a wonderful exhibit. It's a traveling exhibit, but we decided to use some of our own artifacts from the museum to really boost this up. It's a fantastic exhibit. I recommend everyone to
So
come
what
on
are some
out
of the
and see
elements
it.
inside that? What are some of the elements?
What's that?
What are some of the elements within that?
We have some toys from the time period. We have some because all these things were all these objects. Yeah, you'll be able to see some of those things.
For kids, that's the
masks.
scariest sight.
That's right. We've got pictures from the time period. People going out plane spotters. And there's a graphic right there.
There's more information on the website about Alert Today, Alive Tomorrow, and some of the other events happening right now at Strategic Air and Space Museum. Online, it's sasmuseum.com. Any questions about membership or exhibits, you name it, 944-3100. And come back and join us. Don't leave the building, okay?
That's
Michael's
He's
going to be back
stick
later in
around.
the
We're
show.
going to talk to Michael a little bit later in the
That's
show.
right.
as well.
That's
Usually
right.
we do a great demo, and today is no different. We have some wonderful things planned for you.
We look forward to it.
right.
Thanks,
Well,
Michael.
he never fails to impress. I'll tell you that. Guests in the Morning Blend start their day with coffee from Pear's Gourmet, the official coffee of the Morning Blend. And to learn more about Pear's, go to omahamorningblend.com and click on that.